Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Journey Across the Galaxy. We are continuing on our way towards Beagle Point after having crossed through the center of the galaxy there at Sagittarius A star from the bubble, and we are continuing all the way across to the other side where Beagle Point is located. Let's go ahead, get off the ground and up into the space so we can head off and get on to the next system. If you're just joining, as I always start these episodes with, we are working on our exobiology as our primary goal for this. So we're trying to find planets to land on that have interesting biological features to scan, as well as any high-value planets such as Earth worlds, ammonia worlds, and water worlds. So since we have an easy, nice little jump into the next system, we'll go ahead and go over the format for how we're doing things in the game. We hop into a system, we pop the discovery scanner, then we check the system map to see if anybody's already explored it to make the, finding biological stuff easy for us. And then either way, we'll pop into the full spectrum system scanner to scan for high value worlds. And then if we have around 15-ish bodies or less, we'll go ahead and do a full-on scan to see if we can find any biological signatures. So that's kind of the repetitive format that we do for the actual in-game portion. And then, I do my best to try to keep it interesting by just gabbing about random things as I go. I do try to have some kind of vague topic. This is taking a very long time to load. Can we hop into the system, please? Thank you. I do generally try to have at least one main topic to discuss when I hop into these videos, but a lot of the times I don't. But today, I guess a lot of the times I do end up having a main point that I'm covering, and most of the time I just kind of randomly stumble into it. Today I do have a specific topic that I want to cover, and that is dealing with criticism. As my channel continues to grow, I'm going to be exposed to more and more people who don't like my content for one reason or another, and they're gonna, it's the same problem that video game developers have, where there's a certain segment there's a certain segment of the gaming community that's just not gonna like what they put out. And one of the things that they have to remember, and I have to remember, and you as a viewer have to remember, is that not all content is for everybody. Nothing I do is going to please everybody. Nothing I do is going to appeal to everybody. And, I try to hold on to that attitude when I'm making my content. So, every once in a while you'll get a comment from well-meaning people who, they want to help. They want you to... Is that an Earth-like world? Ooh, we got an Earth-like world. Where's that? Nope. I want to find this Earth-like. Where is it? I want to... And it's close, too. Is that the only one? Alright, so we're going to target that. And the rest of them are rocky ice worlds. There's too many worlds for us to be scanning everything. But we will go ahead and move over towards that. So, boom, and Super Cruise Assist, and then we'll get our speed over here, and we'll do a scan. So, like I know I'm talking about dealing with criticism, and you can't please everybody. I lost my train of thought because we found a really nice high-value planet that I want to go scan. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I was. It's something. The overall point I'm trying to get to is that, you can't take single points of view that come across whatever it is that you're doing and try to take that too much to heart, because especially if you're getting a fairly decent amount of positive feedback, whether it's in the form of comments or likes on your videos, or just, the metrics that you're seeing, where, like, my Elite Dangerous content, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, but for whatever reason, it is leaps and bounds beyond any of the other content that I've done so far. And I don't, from an objective standpoint, when I'm looking at what this content is, the gameplay itself is extremely repetitive. There's nothing interesting about the gameplay of what I'm doing here, other than, every once in a while we might come across some kind of really awesome biological feature. So, I know it's not the gameplay because, I'm not doing anything that's overly interesting. So clearly, a lot of you guys are liking the format of me getting on here and talking about random stuff, and I appreciate that. And so when I look at my metrics and then I have a comment every once in a while from somebody saying, oh, well, it's boring and you keep talking about the same thing for 20 minutes. And this video is inspired by a comment I saw this morning before I recorded. And I responded to the guy saying, well, I'm sorry, not every video is for everybody. And, you know, he said something, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I basically, his problem with it was I was talking about the same topic for 20 minutes. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but my format when I get on here is I just kind of try to fill the empty space of what's going on while I'm doing stuff in the game, so that hopefully, you know, the combination, I didn't go this far into detail in my comment, but this is how I kind of approach my content here. I'm trying to do a combination of, you know, watching this game is sort of kind of interesting, and listening to me talk might be sort of kind of interesting. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and scan this system. Might be sort of kind of interesting because, you know, maybe I have something to say that you agree with, or maybe, you know, I have something to say that you disagree with, but you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So, you know, I'm not much of a talker, despite the fact that, you know, I get on here and I talk the whole time. That's not my default nature. I'm not a person who feels the need to feel like I'm heard most of the time. Like, if I'm upset about something, obviously, yeah. But for the most part, I'm content to sit in silence all day, watching videos or playing a video game or whatever it is that I happen to be doing, with zero interaction with anybody. That's the kind of person that I am. But at the same time, I was a Marine musician, and I'm used to putting on the performer hat. So, you know, I can get on here and talk ad nauseum about whatever, because I understand that you guys sitting here watching me silently play this game is not fun. So I try to hop on here and, you know, yak about stuff as much as I can during the entire video. And I do my best to try to keep the topic interesting and hopefully informative if we're talking about something that I'm knowledgeable about. But, you know, that's not something that's feasible. Are these even close to me? Yeah, they're relatively close. I'm just looking for biological features over there in the top right, if you're curious. That's geological times 3. That's not what we're looking for. Okay. This is why I'm glad I decided to scan this system. We're definitely going to that one. All right. Well, this is going to be a short number of jumps here because, yeah, that's a lot. We may go ahead and hop off the planet and go to that one. 6 and 4. Okay. Well, yeah. That's insane. Okay. Well, we need to fly over here. So, anyways, I bring this up mostly just because, I'm always looking for something to talk about during these videos because, I don't have like a long list of, a hidden master list of subjects to talk about, and I get on here and I talk about whatever is on my mind when I happen to be on. So, today I received a comment from a person who, I believe they were well-meaning, and I always try to treat people with respect when they give me the comments. But at the same time, a single person's opinion does not a channel make, and I have to follow the metrics of what my channel is doing, and I have to follow the likes and the like to dislike ratio, and virtually all of my content has a either 100% like rating or a 90 some odd percent like to dislike ratio. So I kind of have to look at that as the metric to decide whether my content is good or not. So the point of this conversation isn't to disparage the person who left the comment. You're free to have your opinion, and I welcome constructive criticism. I'm absolutely happy to receive comments like that from people who have a desire to, they want to make my channel better because they think they see some potential there, and so, that's important to me. I do want to receive comments like that. I don't want this to come across as like I'm bitching because people are disliking my content. It's mostly just because that conversation that I had with a viewer gave me the idea of a a subject for this video, which is basically just, you know, you got to learn how to disregard criticism that isn't helpful to you, and whether it's positive or negative, constructive or destructive. You have to understand that just because somebody says something that you don't particularly like or agree with doesn't mean that you have to take it personally or be upset about it or any of that stuff. It doesn't mean you need to change your behavior just because somebody comes up to you and says, I don't like this. You know, too many people today have this thought process where, you know, they're trying to make sure that everybody likes them. And it's like, you're never going to get to that point. That's never, ever going to happen. You could be the nicest person in the world, and there's going to be a certain portion of the population that hates your guts because you're nice. You know what I mean? So you got to learn to live with the fact that, you know, there's going to be people who hate you. One way or another, it's going to happen. They're going to hate you because of any number of reasons, and those reasons could be good reasons, they could be bad reasons. Most of the time they're going to be bad reasons. There's very few good reasons to hate people. Very, very few good reasons to hate people. But for the most part, that doesn't matter. People are going to have a problem with you one way or another. You're going to have it. You're never getting away from that. It is the way that it is. So, okay, we definitely want the Frutexa or the Fungoida. Ooh, this is going to be... The Fungoida are always up in the high areas where it's hard to get to. So I think the Frutexa is a plant-based, or is like a grassy-looking thing. Okay, well, let's get out of this and start getting down to the ground here. And this is going to... I'm glad we found this early, because it's probably going to take the rest of the episode for us to grab all of this. And if it doesn't, we'll hop over to that 4 biology planet that was nearby and grab all of that as well. I mean, we might as well. We almost never get this kind of genetic diversity in an area. So I think we will go ahead and come down onto this area here, because I want to get to this lighter hotspot right there. Lighter generally means flatter, but, you know, it is Fungoida and Frutexa, and those are generally harder to get to, so we'll see. I'm not really sure. Now, for those of you who have an issue with me talking about the same subject for the entire video, well, feel free to leave topics of discussion that you would like me to discuss for the next video down in the comments section. That not only helps with providing me with you know, things to talk about for you guys, but it helps with the channel engagement, because comments make a big difference in YouTube's algorithm. If you're actively engaging with the content with not only your watch time, but you feel moved enough to actually say something about it, well, then YouTube is like, oh, that must be some pretty good stuff. And even the negative comments are helpful, because it helps out with the engagement on the channel. Yeah, this is going to be very... Ugh. So, realistically, we're probably going to have to... well, I don't know. Let's come down here and see if we can find any here, but generally, you have to go up into the rocky areas to find this stuff. I don't know what is going on with my graphics, with my computer right now. The graphics are just really having a hard time keeping up. I don't know if there's something running in the background or what. Alright, so I'm not going to waste a bunch of time. We'll go ahead and hop down here. Ooh, can you please... Oh, right here. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so we'll try to grab all of this stuff as quick as we can, but we're already 15 minutes in, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna be ending it on this planet, which is, you know, it's not great when we have another. I'm not going to complain that we got an abundance of opportunity here, you know. I'm going to mention that it kind of sucks that we have another 4 biology planet. Like, I would be drooling over a 4 diversity planet at any other time, but, you know, we got this 6 diversity planet, and I really want to go get that number, that 4th one. So, I mean, I guess I do kind of need to record extra episodes today. Maybe I'll start off the next one with doing that. There's our stratum. Okay, where is... I just need some more of the grass. Over here. This is why I run with shields. Because I'm impatient, and I always end up doing stuff like that. If I didn't have shields, this journey would be so short. I don't have the patience to sit here and crawl around everywhere. People keep leaving me comments, "You're going too fast. You're going too fast." It's like, I know. I'm perfectly aware. I'm impatient, and I have no patience for flying around slowly, inching my way across the surface. So, I mean, I guess that's the other topic that you know, I get a little bit of criticism from some people, where they you know, I've received multiple comments from people talking about they disagree with my stance on automation in the game, and I'm like, well, you know, you're free to disagree with that. Personally, I'm flying around in a spaceship that is, you know, hundreds of years. I don't know what the year is supposed to be in this game. I never really paid attention to it, but it's at least a few hundred years into the future. And if you're telling me that this spaceship can't automatically scan the system for me, and it can't highlight biological items on the ground without me having to crawl, you know, that I can't agree with your argument. And my stance on it is, I come into video games to escape work. You know, I for most of my life I've had a regular day job, and you know, I don't want to go from one job that I'm getting paid for into another job where I'm not, you know, at least if I'm, you know, doing some kind of computer work, I'm getting paid for that. Here, I'm paying for the privilege of working in a Fate game that provides me with nothing. So, you know, I disagree with I disagree with the people who try to say that, you know, well, you don't want to play the game, and it's like, no, I want to do the fun parts. The game should do the ship should do all of the mundane, boring, repetitive data entry parts for me, and then I get to just come down here, do the sampling and stuff. It should find all of this for me. The hotspots should only show up where the stuff actually is, so that I don't have to go looking around for it. Like, we have this amazing ship that has all of this technology in it. It should have some kind of sensor that's able to pick out where all of these individual... I mean, it can tell me that it's there. It can tell me that there are biological sources, and then we do a detailed surface scan, and those probes can't tell me exactly where everything is? Like, seriously. It's just the premise of the premise that we're in this time period, and I have to... I think we're too close. Yeah, I think we're too close. The basic premise that we're in this time period, and I have to manually find this stuff, you know, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And because my thought process is that if we were doing this in real life, there was no person in the world who would be totally fine with doing it the way we're doing it here. In the real world, if you were actually out here physically exploring the stuff yourself, you'd be like, no, where's my... we need to automate a lot of this stuff. This is ridiculous. But because it's the video game, we somehow accept the developers telling us, nope, you need to do it manually. Like, I don't get that. That doesn't resonate with me at all. So, you know, I listen to the criticism that I get, but at the same time, I do my best to, you know, keep it in its proper context. And that is, you know, you're one person out of a group of hundreds of people who are watching these videos, and, you know, the rest of them seem relatively content with the content that I'm putting out. So while I appreciate your desire to help, and, you know, I welcome your comments, I truly do, I have to do what the metrics tell me works, and until I find something that I'm doing that significantly affects my metrics one way or the other, preferably positively, I'm going to continue hopping on here, doing these exploration videos, and just randomly gabbing about stuff that pops into my mind, because that's just kind of how I've been doing this series so far, and so far it seems to be working okay. Alright, that's what? That's 2 out of the 6 that we need to get done. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll grab the bacteria here. And then, I'll see about... Let's see. Because the bacteria seems relatively easy to spot. I can go back the direction I came from. I need to get back to these mountains, though, because... Oh, there's some. Alright, yeah, I need to get back over towards the mountains, because that's where the Frutexa and the Fungoida were. And we can try to find those, but, I mean... Trying to find a landing spot up there is virtually impossible for this ship. I love this ship. It's my favorite ship in the game, but, you know... It's a big boy. It's a big girl, whatever you want to say. We're just gonna continue on towards the mountains there. I don't remember what Osseous looks like. Oh, it's the mushroom ones. It's those mushroom ones. There's Fonticula, and then I think the Osseous is a different kind of the mushroom ones, but they look very similar. Okay, where's... Trying to find another patch of bacteria over here somewhere. Where are they? Oh, here we go. They're not that easy to spot. Dude. Even my powerful thrusters have a hard time slowing me down sometimes. I have the max size, max power thrusters on this thing, and they're engineered to have a lot of thrust, but struggles sometimes to stop all of this weight. All right, so we'll grab this one and one more, and then I want to try to find that Osseous, because I saw one or two of them as we were flying around, so we definitely want to try to find those since they're relatively easy to get. That's weird. I don't know why it's always you have to be on the edge of it. It's kind of annoying, to be perfectly honest with you. All right, so one more, and then we need to find that mushroom, the big mushroom-looking ones. Are they? Yeah, I need to start doing that more. It'll help me keep my bearings on these as I'm coming towards them. I think we might be far enough away. I'm not sure, though. Come on. Oh, I was fine a second ago. Oh, the arbitrariness of this it's really annoying. Okay, so we'll grab this, then we'll go back down, find the other ones. And then we'll hop up into the mountains and see if maybe we can find a couple of spots to land to find the Fungoida and the Frutexa. So actually, let me turn my night vision on, because generally that'll help with highlighting. Oh, see, I wouldn't have noticed these over here if I had not turned on the night vision. Totally would not have shown up for me. Can I land over here? Yeah, right here. There was a landing. The inconsistency of the landing highlighter thingy is just... come on, let me land. This is so irritating. Hunting, like this right here, hunting around for a freaking landing spot. There should be highlighted spots on the ground, and I shouldn't have to fly over it to determine whether it's a landing area. Look how much time I'm spending trying to land here. I have this advanced computer with scanners and everything, and it can't tell me where I can land. Look at this. One of the most unreasonable things about this is, I mean, seriously, my computer can't highlight on the ground where I can land. It's another thing about this, the thought process of this game that just irritates the hell out of me. So much wasted time with stuff like that. Osseous spiralis turquoise. Okay. It's another word I like, turquoise. I'm glad they picked color names that weren't just green all the time or red all the time or blue. It's like you get these really cool color names. Okay, night vision. Oh. Oops. Well, that wasn't the best, but it worked out all right. So, I have no idea if this is far enough away, but I'm gonna try it just because we need to. Come on. Oh, no, that was it right there. Yeah, like, this is ridiculous. So ridiculous. Having to hunt around for landing spots. That's... I welcome your comments trying to justify that. Please, please, try to do the mental gymnastics to justify why we have to land that way. I welcome it. Oh. My mouse went outside the window, that's why it wasn't working. I welcome you to go through the mental gymnastics of trying to justify being forced to hunt around for landing spots this way. I can't imagine you will give me an argument that makes sense to me, but please, because I need to have some kind of justification for why you're watching me, you know, hunting around for this little landing spot when I have this supercomputer on board that should be able to provide that for me. Okay, night vision so that we can see, and then we'll... These all rocks, or... Yeah, the only thing about the night vision is that sometimes it makes it kind of hard to tell what it is you're looking at, but... Let's come back down into this plane here. And see if we can find some more. Seeing much in the way of interesting stuff. I might need to go back the other direction. Like, I'm seeing some grass here. And I'm seeing some rocks. Oh. See something over here, but is it what we're looking for? I think so. Yep. Alright, so now I just gotta find a landing spot. Ugh, see what I mean? It turned blue for like a fraction of a second. So now if I want to find it over here, I'm gonna have to hunt around and slowly try to find where it was. And unfortunately, the other thing is that a lot of times it's based off of the orientation of your spaceship. So if you're not facing the right way or angled the right way, it won't show up for you. Like, look at this. How can anyone justify this? And this is a huge open area. Why can't I land here? Because the programmers made this arbitrary rule that said you need this exact thing here. No, man, come on. So I saw it turn blue for a second somewhere over here, and now I'm gonna have to spend, you know, probably a minute trying to hunt and peck around for it instead of just landing. See, look at that. That's ridiculous. Ugh. And then I'm down, but somehow I can't land. So don't tell me that I can land if I can't land. Jeez, man. All right. We're going to go ahead and get this one. We're going to split this planet up into another episode because we're at the 30-minute mark, and that's gonna have to do it. So hopefully you guys had some kind of fun and got something out of the episode. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube... Oh my God, let me jump. so the YouTube algorithm knows that you did and sends the video out to more viewers. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your video feed and you'll be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button, check out the list of perks that are available, and decide if any of those are right for you. Again, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you for the next one.